What's going on, guys? My name is Nick. I am going to be starting somewhat of a YouTube channel on how to. Pretty much basically what I'm going to do on my YouTube channel is I'm going to give you how-tos on a way to maintain your guitars, way to maintain the functions of your guitar, and how to repair your guitar if you need to at home. I've been playing guitar for about 10 years now, and I have saved a ton of money on actually being able to do my own repairs at home rather than taking it to a guitar shop and spending money and time waiting for your instrument to be done. So this will be my first episode, and we are going to get started right now. Okay, so for my first episode, what we are going to be doing is we are going to be changing guitar strings. It's one of the most basic things you can do as a guitar player as far as maintaining your guitar's sound and your string care. Not only am I going to be changing my strings, but I'm also going to be doing a little bit of a cleanup on it since I have not cleaned this guitar since I put my strings on last, which was probably a couple months ago. So what we're going to do is we're just going to dive right in, and I'll give you some step-by-step guides and some how-tos and some good information, so that way when it is time for you guys to change your strings and to do some maintenance and to make your guitar look pretty, it'll be a little bit easier. Alright guys, so the first thing you are going to do is you're going to want to remove those old strings, okay? And there's a few things that you are going to need in order to do this properly. First off, you're going to need a string winder, okay? At the end of every string winder, there is stuff for your pegs that you just pop them out, and we'll go through that as well. Also, you're going to need some guitar strings. Now, I go with Elixir, the NanoWebs 10 through 47. I've been playing them for years. I love the sound, I love the tone, and the life expectancy of them are amazing. So if you don't have a preferred guitar string and you're kind of still looking for something that you prefer, I would definitely suggest the Elixirs. I do the 10 through 47, the extra light, because I do like to solo on my acoustic guitar when I do play tracks, and it just makes it a little bit easier. Alright guys, so what you're first going to do is you're going to take off your guitar strings. I usually take off one at a time and replace it, but since I'm going to clean it, I'm going to take all of them off at once. So you just take your string winder and you put it on one of the tuning pegs, and you just go in the opposite direction of which you're going to tighten to loosen them up, okay? Alright, now that you have all of your strings off, the next step is you're going to be taking your strings out of your bridge, okay? And with your guitar, you have 6 string pegs that hold your strings to the bridge and the saddle, okay? So all you're going to do is you're going to take your string winder, and you're just going to put that little rivet right there onto your string peg. Pop it up, there's your string peg, and then your string should come out as well. So we're going to go ahead and do all that. You don't necessarily need to do this every time you change your strings, but what I'm going to do is, because I like to see my strings a little bit, I like to see my guitar a little bit shiny, I guess, and somewhat as new as I can make it look. I'm going to use the Dunlop Guitar Care Series. We have the Ultimate Lemon Oil, and what this is this is for your fretboard, to keep your fretboard nice and smooth. to get the gunk out and the dead skin and stuff like that. We also have the guitar polish and cleaner. I probably won't be using this on this very much because there is no clear coat. This is more for your clear coat guitars, your electric guitars, any guitar that has a clear coat on it to protect the paint. This is what you're going to use for that. And then also we have the string conditioner, and what this is this keeps your strings nice and smooth, and it also keeps the life in the strings. So we're going to go ahead and I am going to clean this up real quick, and then we will move on to the next thing. All right, now that we got the fretboard looking somewhat decent, I didn't really do too much to it, but you know, just kind of get it clean. Now I'm gonna work onto the metal stuff, my tuning pegs and stuff like that, and also my headstock and the body of the guitar. All right, now we're gonna work on the body. Once you know you start playing a little bit, you're gonna start getting some dead skin and stuff onto your, you know, your bridge and dust and grossness. So I'm gonna clean it all off and make it look as pretty as I can. Alright, now that the guitar is completely clean, we have a nice finish to it, nice little glow. Now what we are going to do is we're going to move on to actually putting the strings on, okay? Oops. Okay, so you still have your string pegs. Okay, those are going to come in handy here in just a second. We're going to show you how to do those. Okay. Now you open up, obviously you open up your strings. All right, now you're gonna go from the highest number down, okay? So for me, it's gonna be my 47s, and it's gonna go down to my 10s, okay? So with the 47, now what I do is, you know, I just like every other string, everybody else who strings guitars, okay? You're gonna take your string and you're gonna put it into your bridge, okay? Just take your string, put it into your bridge, like so. All right. And then the next step that you are going to do is you're gonna take one of your string pegs and you're gonna put it into the bridge, okay? There is a slot in the back of the string peg, okay? And you're gonna put that onto your string. And you're going to push down. You don't really need to put a whole lot of pressure on it because the counter pressure from the string and the headstock, see, the slot is going to go in to where your string is going to be in that slot facing this way, okay? So then you're going to take your guitar and you're going to stick it into, you're going to put it into the tuning peg, okay? Now what I do, sometimes people do otherwise, is I go on the inside of the tuning knob, bring it up, go on the inside, and I put it down at the bottom of the tuning knob, okay? And then I wrap it around a couple of times. Wrap it around once or twice, depending on your gauge of string. I just do it twice over, so that way you put it through the hole and you pull, and boom. And that's what you get, okay? Now I'm gonna go through quickly and do the rest of these strings, and then we'll show you what to do, tune them up, and then we will go from there. Alright guys, now that we have our guitar strings on, you can see we have fuzzies and craziness right here. But now the guitar strings are on, you can go ahead and tune. What I use is I use a Floor Snark tuner on my pedal board that I bought, but you can also get on YouTube and look up any kind of guitar tuner. I tune a whole step down for my guitars, just because of the way I sing, my voice. The way my voice is set up is that I can't sing as high on standard tuning than I can a whole step down. But for this purpose, I will tune to the standard tuning. So all you're gonna do is just match the tone, or, you know, if you're using a computer, match the tone. Now you might have to do this a few times because the strings are gonna stretch, and when they stretch, they are gonna lose their tone. Then go back through, and if you go back through, you'll notice that your guitar is out of tune. That's just because the strings are stretching. You're going to need to do this process a few times, maybe 2 or 3 times. Alright, and there you have it. Alright, so now the next step is that some people keep these on, but I do not. I hate them. I think they are the most annoying thing ever. So you can either take a pair of wire clippers or toenail clippers. I have needle nose pliers that have actually clippers on the bottom, so I just use those. And what you're going to do is you're just going to cut these. I don't cut them very, very short. I cut them short enough to where there's still string off of the tuning peg, but, you know, long enough to where there's string off the tuning peg, but short enough to where it's not going to get caught on my case, or it's not going to get caught, you know, when I'm going to try to tune the guitar, and it's not going to cut my fingers. If you are a first-time guitar player, I do suggest that when you grab your guitar, you keep an eye on these tuning pegs, because the strings will cut you and it will hurt. They stab you and it sucks. See, even just cutting those off. So once you cut those off, go ahead and retune. And that's it, guys. That's how we change guitar strings and make your guitar somewhat look pretty. I'm going to be putting these out a little bit. You know, when maintenance comes up for my guitars, I'll put out more on what to do. Other than that, I might do some singing covers on here. I might put some recordings that I make on here. So stay tuned for more stuff, and I appreciate y'all watching.